What are dynamic type variables in C#? You can store any type of value in the dynamic data type variable. Type checking for these types of variables takes place at runtime. Syntax for declaring a dynamic type is dynamic variable name equals value. For example, dynamic d equals to 20. What is the difference between dynamic type variables and object type variables? Dynamic types are similar to object types except that type checking for object type variables takes place at compile time, whereas that for the dynamic type variables takes place at runtime. What are pointer types in C#? Pointer type variables store the memory address of another type. Pointers in C# have the same capabilities as the pointers in C or C++. Syntax for declaring a pointer type is type asterisk identifier semicolon. For example, char asterisk cptr semicolon, int asterisk iptr semicolon. What is the purpose of is operator in C#? Is operator determines whether an object is of a certain type. If Ford is a car, checks if Ford is an object of a car class. What is the purpose of as operator in C#? As operator casts without raising an exception if the cast fails. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation is defined as the process of enclosing one or more items within a physical or logical package. Encapsulation in object-oriented programming methodology prevents access to implementation details. How encapsulation is implemented in C#? Encapsulation is implemented by using access specifiers. What is the purpose of an access specifier in C#? An access specifier defines the scope and visibility of a class member. What is scope of a public member variable of a C# class? Public access specifier allows a class to expose its member variables and member functions to other functions and objects. Any public member can be accessed from outside the class. What is scope of a private member variable of a C# class? Private access specifier allows a class to hide its member variables and member functions from other functions and objects. Only functions of the same class can access its private members. Even an instance of a class cannot access its private members. What is scope of a protected member variable of a C# class? Protected access specifier allows a child class to access the member variables and member functions of its base class. This way it helps in implementing inheritance. What is scope of an internal member variable of a C# class? Internal access specifier allows a class to expose its member variables and member functions to other functions and objects in the current assembly. In other words, any member with internal access specifier can be accessed from any class or method defined within the application in which the member is defined. What is the scope of a protected internal member variable of a C# class? The protected internal access specifier allows a class to hide its member variables and member functions from other class objects and functions, except a child class within the same application. This is also used while implementing inheritance. What are nullable types in C#? C# provides a special data types, the nullable types, to which we can assign normal range values as well as null values. For example, you can store any value from -2147483648 to 2147483647 or null in a nullable int32 variable. Similarly, you can assign true or false or null in any nullable boolean variable. What is the use of null coalescing operator in C#? The null coalescing operator is used with the nullable value types and reference types. It is used for converting an operand to the type of another nullable or not value type operand, where an implicit conversion is possible. If the value of the first operand is null, then the operator returns the value of the second operand. Otherwise, it returns the value of first operand. Can you create a function in C# which can accept varying number of arguments? By using params keyword, a method parameter can be specified which takes a variable number of arguments or even number argument. Can you pass additional type of parameters after using params in function definition? No, additional parameters are not permitted after the params keyword in a method declaration. Only one params keyword is allowed in the method declaration. Can you pass which class acts as a base class for all arrays in C#? The array class is the base class for all the arrays in C#. It is defined in the system namespace. The array class provides various properties and methods to work with arrays. How to sort an array in C#? Using array.sort function, it sorts the elements in an entire one-dimensional array using the I-comparable implementation of each element of the array. How to sort an array in C# in descending order? First, sort the array using array.sort, then reverse the same using array.reverse method. What is a structure in C#? In C#, a structure is a value type of data type. It helps you to make a single variable hold related to data of various data types. The struct keyword is used for creating a structure. Structures are used to represent a record. To define a structure, you must use the struct statement. The struct statement defines a new data type with more than one member of your program.